Greetings. This is a planet consciousness of Saturn. Greetings to you. Our energies are yes, a difficult world the Saturn energies are to make sure that you accomplish what you're here to accomplish. It's not there to lighten up. It's there actually to cause more confusion. Not always. But Saturn energy, yeah, it is. We're a little bit of everything. We are connected to, conflicts. Like Star Trek has a lot of conflict. So that's a lot of Saturn energies there. So the planet Saturn has just a lot of unusual energies that are different from the planet. All the other planets in your solar system are usually a lot lighter, but Saturn energies are more dense and will continue to be that way until your Earth finally discovers what it's here to discover about itself. The Earth is still young compared to the rest of the planets in your solar system, actually. That some of you probably realize. So it's just there. And also, there are Saturn beings that are here. Some of them are musicians. Was it punk rockers? Some of them are. They have specific reasons for being here, though. I'm not going to go into details of why they're here, though. If there's any questions, I'm happy to assist.
What's your density, your dimension in Saturn? Like that can match our frequencies?
Well, the frequencies, yes, can fluctuate from 4th to 6th to 7th dimension. So I'm all those frequencies at this time. Right now, I'm more of a 4th dimensional energy.
Yeah, you're matching ours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I had greetings. Sorry, I had some wisdom teeth pulled the other day, and it's like I either had a download or something from being either being in the SSP or MK Ultra, being always being tied down and seeing people worked on me, and it just brought back. I mean, it wasn't too heavy, it wasn't depressing or anything, but. I just felt a lot, like hundreds of times being in that situation where you're drugged up or whatever, and they're injecting me with something. And I don't know if you got anything to say about that.
Well, yes, there are within the SSPs. You can say that's one of the reasons why it came through is teeth can be used as activators. I mean, you can have a tooth placed into your mouth to actually keep you under control. So, like a transponder can also give you power, can actually cloak you from certain people. So, yeah, you're disconnect. Yeah, you're bringing back some memories, where you're being deactivated. It feels like, or activated, but it feels like you were being more deactivated. What you're remembering.
Okay.
From the programs that you're sent to do.
And one more question, I'll hand it off to Lisa. I bought some pendulums yesterday, and it's just yes or no, the way it circles or just goes. Is that like when I use that and figure out what yes is and what no is that just my higher self, like making it move?
Well, it's your own energy. There are entities around you. There's like 6 entities around you. So they are assisting you.
Positive, I hope.
The ones that you're allowing around you, yes.
Awesome.
Seems like you have positive beings. I don't see any negative beings around you at this time.
Good. I had a little backlash last week, but with something coming in. But all right, thank you so much.
I feel like you wrestled a reptilian in your past.
Yes. All right.
Something like a Rambo type of thing.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Blessings.
Blessings. Questions?
Okay. Oh, go ahead, Glacier.
Oh no, I see that Lisa had her hand up and Daria, but now I'm just popping in just because nobody else is.
Oh, pop in.
I was just waiting for Lisa to respond because she took away her mic. So,
okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, then, since we're talking about teeth, that seems to
no,
be
we
the
can't
night.
No,
hear
we're not
you,
talking.
Lisa. Sorry, I answered
Oh.
Lisa.
Yes, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Since teeth were brought up, and I know actually Saturn is connected with, you know, the bones and the teeth and all of that. Even my ruling planet in this lifetime is Saturn. My birthday is 0110, January 10th. Ivan had mentioned before that it has some significance to the date that I chose. My teeth have been a nightmare, and I totally share the experience that Michael does. Last time I was at the dentist, it was like a 9-hour session, and I literally felt like I got abducted by Greys and was like in a spaceship and had a panic attack. And I don't know what to do with my teeth, if there's anything, and it's pretty serious. Like, my teeth are really bad, and it's just genetically, like, if you could tune in and give me either any advice or just more information why this is such a deep struggle in this lifetime. And it's since I was a child, it's just teeth.
Well, it's, yeah, you can say that's where technically you were attacked. It's just a vulnerability. Yeah, your genetics did not form correctly there. So they're just easy. Yeah, it's just not a decay. It's just they're problematic. For you, it feels like it's more karmic related though. But it's not going into deal. I guess you can say it's a memory of why you came here. So it just hasn't been activated yet of why. It's not explaining itself at this point. But it is a reminder.
Is there anything, because at this point it's such a confusing thing where, you know, root canals are like, you know, they say it's bad, then the dentist says that you need to have it, then it's like, should I just freaking pull my teeth, or is there anything from a higher dimension? Like, I'm working, you know, energetically to try to do something, but the physical is the physical. It's hard.
No, it's not going to work with the physical. You just have to do, you know, follow your doctor's advice that you trust. That won't make it worse. As many are known to make things worse. But yes, it's just it's karma patching, it feels like. But it's not making itself too clear, not publicly like this.
Okay.
So it just do what you have to do.
Okay.
It's like you'll get through this and you'll have another problem you have to deal with. So
great.
A lot of times it's just like, maybe just deal with your teeth now, so you have to deal with other things. So
okay.
It's only temporary from what it seems like. Once you get it settled in, though. It hasn't been fully addressed, it feels like. It has been sort of, but not fully.
So, what do you mean, like in the physical or in a higher?
Yeah, the physical, yeah.
Yeah. So. Okay. Thank you very much. Blessings.
Yeah, so I can just jump right in, new to this, but so I felt like I was on Saturn this December. Like, I was landing on Saturn, and there was like a tall building there building up, like a skyscraper something, and the sky was really nice. I kind of felt like there was earth energies. I don't know if they were creating the earth energies for the humans that landed there, so it was not supposed to be shown as it was Saturn, but it was like feeling that you were still on Earth, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's what I was. So what are my connection to the planet Saturn, or you can say also the moons, because they're
yes, the moons, that's true. Well, with Saturn, a lot of Archon beings create realities on Saturn and send them to Earth. So you were seeing some of those Archon realities that were there.
Yeah, cool.
So it just, and they look like Earth worlds. I mean, there are Earth realities on Saturn, actually.
There were like few of my acquaintances around that place, and they felt like, I kind of felt like their consciousness energy, or I could scan the brains, and they were feeling like they didn't know what was going on, but it kind of felt like home anyway.
Yeah,
like they were.
It was more peaceful there.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah, it just felt like instead of this world where everything is hidden, there it was more open. Not as open as it could be, but more open than this world is.
Yeah.
Less secrets. That's the reason why this world is so dense.
So there's like layers of realities there also. Like there's a
yes.
I mean, there's like a witch reality, like a wood reality, forest reality, and there's like a building reality.
Well, yes, there's, like you said,
magic reality.
There's many Earth realities there. So there's other versions of Earth there too.
Yeah, cool.
And they're more dense, and well, some of them can be more dense than this world. Actually, more difficult. But it might be more difficult, but they can still have more. They're still more open. Like if you see Archon beings creating a reality, so at least you know that they're there. Here you can.
Yeah, I'm very Archon. I feel so. Kind of.
The moons that you're connected to, some of those moons, like the moon Titan.
Yeah, yeah. That I was actually kind of there.
Yeah, Titan is your planet, you can say.
Yeah, I was actually there. Exactly. I was like saying Saturn, but I meant Titan.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, Titan is your home, one of your homes. And it is a lot lighter there.
Cool. So just a quick by question here. Do you have any messages for me at this time?
There's a lot of fairy energies that you connect with. Some of them I guess you have some vendetta against some of them. Some of them are supermodels and are kind of vindictive, is what I get from them.
Oh yeah, so that can be a quintessence in this 3D life that I meet, that I have told that I see them as fairies in Agartha.
Yeah, and some of them I see them I would say poisoning other people. To get them to like them and things like that.
Gonna dig into that. So if I got time, I will ask again about that. But thank you.
Okay, can you hear me this time?
Yes.
Okay. So the birds and the dragons are back. Mm-hmm. So my first question is about the birds. So I'm waiting on my roofers to finish up. And these two humongous blackbirds come down and they are flying within a foot or inches of each other in a circle. And I can't help but admire their beauty of how close and how trusting that they are to one another, because just a little flick of a feather would have put one of them in, they would have crashed. Mm-hmm. Was that a distraction? Were they trying to tell me something?
Well, I feel like they're just protecting the area. There are moving beings from where you live. So not that they're fighting, but they are removing other entities. So that's why they're a little bit more daring than they normally would be. It has to do with the work that's happening on where you live. So they're just making sure no entity gets attached to where you live. Once the work is done, because there's like an opening there right now, and once it's closed, it'll go away probably.
Was there anything attached to the two guys that were here?
Yes.
Okay, that's
reptilian energies.
Yeah.
They weren't there to cause any difficulty, but they did have attachments. Yes.
Okay, and all right. The other thing is they have moved the portal. The dragons have moved the natural portal from the northeast of my house to the north of my house. And it seems that they have chosen me to be a witness to certain things. And this time, the last 60 days, this last one caught my attention because usually it's some kind of healing that they're doing. But this time, when the energies separated and they gave the angelic looking like energy, which turned into an Agarthan-like dragon, they gave it a white package wrapped in red. What was in that package that I was supposed to witness that package being taken? And it was taken through the portal.
Well, I don't think they're going to tell you what was in that package, but it feels like it feels like an entity was attached to it that they're removing from your reality that it feels like it was another dragon that was causing difficulty there.
Okay, I figured it was another entity, but I couldn't read what it was. It was like I'm not supposed to know, but your astral self knows.
It feels like it was a red dragon they're removing. That was kind of a trickster being.
Okay.
That's what I sense.
And as I'm sitting there watching this, I noticed that there's one flying in front of my face again, and I'm like, I can see you. You need to quit. And then the same entity gets on top of the power lines, and he's swinging like a kid, like, ha ha, see me. And then he moves to the flagpole and starts swinging the flagpole. And I'm like, I can see you. Get off my flagpole. So was he trying as a distraction, or did he want to see if I could see him?
No, he saw that you can see him, so he just started acting up. So,
okay, like a kid.
Yeah.
All right, and the last question, I'll pass it off. So I was outside with the dog because I like to go through the dog when they want my attention. So the dragon's on my roof, and I can feel it, and I asked it to show me its eyes. And when it did, I could recognize those eyes. But, of course, the drones that are all around my house were nosy and wanted to know what I was up to, but it was cloaked enough where they couldn't see it, but I could. And then I watched it go off my chimney in this beautiful purple like cloud that would be cloaked by night. And I felt like it was a motherly figure checking on me to see if I was ready to go to the next step. Did I interpret that right? Yes.
You have a lot of dragon. Yeah, you have like a white dragon around your area at this time. It's over where it's on top of your house.
Okay.
And it also showed Mary Poppins. It's not necessarily they're just showing that energy of Mary Poppins. It's not exactly a positive entity. I'm not sure if that helps you at all.
Kind of, sort of, because I've been kind of dancing around the house, which has kind of been is unusual for me unless I'm like having a good time.
So there is an entity that is like Mary Poppins that does come in the fourth dimension that can't be seen but can do magic around a home. And I believe that entity was around where you live.
Okay, good, because we had a really rough Christmas with sickness.
So it's being cleared out by the Mary Poppins being interesting.
All right, so one more question, Daria. So while I was sick, I felt like my cat Tiny took over some of that sickness from me. Did she do that?
A little bit, what she can handle. Yeah, she wanted to be sick like you, though. She wanted to experience life with you, so yeah. She just wanted to know what you were going through.
Okay, that was mighty brave of her.
Yeah, she brought in some of it, but yeah. So,
okay, thank you.
Should be okay now. All right, blessings.
Greetings, Saturn.
Greetings to you.
Do you have any message for me?
You are clearing out blockages. You are bringing more of a positive frequency, better luck. There's a male entity it feels like you're removing that you do not want in your energy field. One that does not want to leave, though.
Yeah, I know.
He's one that is quite stubborn, but you feel like it changes your timelines where it's difficult to get rid of it, but I feel like you will have success with it, though.
Yeah, I know, because I have decided to release him from my life, and I think it's going to go well this time.
Yeah, it just takes some time. Yeah, the less you see him, it'll be for the better.
Yeah, thank you very much. I have another question for you. I had an incarnation as an Anunnaki involved in hierarchy. My question is, what was my role at that time?
Connecting to crystal energies, moving timelines, crafting timeline energies for families, for family Anunnaki beings to connect to each other in the higher realms. So,
did I have a negative role, or was I negative at that time?
Well, we've had negative lifetimes in your past, yes, where you're very obsessed with rubies and type of diamonds, things like that. When you're deep in Anunnaki, yeah, you do anything for jewelry, as you know, as like what they have in the movies. They're always dying for jewelry and all that. Yeah, you're just so obsessed with it in your past. And also, yeah, and also longevity to live and attractiveness. You're obsessed with all those things. So you have been an Anunnaki witch in your past. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you feel a lot of that, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Thank you. Blessings.
Yeah, I asked this question Wednesday, and I hate to keep beating this horse to death, but my life is completely miserable because it's like I don't gamble, but it's like being at the blackjack table and putting all my cards on one thing. I'm trying to get my liver enzymes down, and I will be tested this Wednesday. And I can't make it on disability and keep waiting and waiting, because if my liver enzymes are not down, I have no choice but to go back to work if they'll have me and drag my leg around like a peg leg. I mean, this is at my most vulnerable time. I mean, I am so miserable being on disability. They're not sending me my checks. This is one of the roughest things I've been through, and I'm just completely miserable. Anything that you can see?
Well, you're seeing the energy of alcoholism, to avoid that in future lifetimes.
Yes.
So you're just seeing what has caused you in this lifetime. If you didn't have that, things would be a lot better. So you're just seeing the depths of it. So once that energy clears out from you, you'll have a whole different life altogether, like you've been reborn. So that's what's happening right now. It really comes down to alcoholism right now. That's what I see.
Yeah, I agree. And if my liver enzymes don't come down, I'm gonna probably have no choice but to go back to work and just be in chronic pain like I'm always in, because I am not getting any help being here at home.
Well, if you do have to go back to work, I feel like it'll be difficult, but I feel like you'll still be able to make it work, though. As hard as it will be, but in the long run, it will work itself out.
And let me sneak one more question in. Ivan and Daria told me some insight about this cat that I have, the oldest one, Nebula. Is she in pain? Can you connect with her consciousness? Is she not happy here, or
no? She just likes to be by herself. It has a lot to do with the way she was raised before you got her. So she's a little bit so scared about others who's around her. So she's going to be a little bit of a scaredy cat.
Okay.
So no matter where she goes, she's gonna be like that. She just the way she was raised. So it has nothing to do with what you're doing. It has to do with what she grew up with. So she's fine overall. You just gotta pull her out of her hiding spot and pay attention to her. You just gotta take ownership of her, lock her in your room. I know it sounds, just get her to hang out with you.
Okay, I can do that.
If she wants to be hide under your bed and all that, it's okay. If she wants to hide, that's fine. But play with her if you can. Just give her some attention. Yeah, play with her.
Definitely.
So she's looking for that bond. She just even after all this time, she's just a little bit scared still.
Okay, blessings.
That's kind of cool answers to your questions. I was wondering myself. So I have like a question about like my forecast of my 3D here, like because they were in my energetic field, like I was feeling leaving my body for a while and never coming back, and they were like, you don't need to work anymore. You were literally telling me telepathically messages of that, like I was transitioning through to the 5D, and then I'm never going back to Earth, because you hear that when you transition, right? And then I felt like, okay, so you're gonna work with this thing, but you might change your work situation over time. And I'm like wondering what that could be, because I'm so lazy. I'm so lazy.
Well, because you've gotten so used to astral, the physical has become more and more dull. So I see that when they say you're going to be I feel like you're just working more in astral now. So the physical, you'll do whatever you need. That you'll do what it takes, but like as little effort as you need to put into it, because you're so disconnected from it now.
Yeah, because I'm like thinking about lashes, creating lashes just for having the social life going. So that's what that is one of the thing, like I'm feeling I could do well.
Yeah. And you could be busier, but you don't want to be.
No.
I want my peace. Would like it, but so
once the aliens and entities can connect in my no time.
I mean, you have it does make you have also astral relationships that I might not always show themselves. That's another reason you find those more fascinating than a physical relationship.
Yeah, I call my fantasy world. Thank you very much. Having orgies and everything, and that's about that. And I'm like here, and I'm like, what the fuck is that thing?
Yeah.
Like, who's that male? Like, why don't they give me like those males that are in astral? They're delicious. They're like, what the fuck? They're beautiful, but here they're like.
Well, they could be beautiful here, but then they have a lot of baggage connected to them also.
Yeah.
Some of that's part of the.
So my second question, or third, fourth, when do you see me having like a weird lover? Probably another creature, right? From demonic.
Well, yeah, you'll have like the same connections you've had last year. Maybe not exactly, but they'll come and go, it seems, when you need it to. But you don't want them to interfere with your astral connections, though.
So I spank them around when they come too close.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this world's a soul growth world, so that's why the relationships haven't been that exciting, because there's been more lessons connected to them, as you probably know.
Yeah, I know. Like everybody is like my nemesis or my like whatever, and I'm like being super cool to them and like really nice. But actually, they're having agendas. I'm like I don't have any agenda towards them. They're after me. Like calm down.
Yeah, it's like you let them play their game for a little bit, and then you just no more of this. This is over.
Shrink their dicks, like my favorite part. Like. create a miniature of you in your pants.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, sorry. Blessings.
So my question is about sovereignty. When we say that we are sovereign beings, that no one has the power to touch us, enter us, touch us, harm us, whatever, how much weight does that really carry?
Like 50% weight. Some beings go by it. A lot of them, they listen to that, but there are others that don't, that test it. And usually there are reptilian beings that test it, because they're like teenagers. They just, you know, they're not supposed to borrow the car, but they borrow it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So they mess with your energy because you said not to. So you tell them not to do it. Not almost sovereign beings like, well, how far can we push them?
Because when I got myself really worked up about the roof, I felt like I put myself into that position. And then when y'all were talking about archons on Wednesday, I didn't really feel like it was an outside entity. It could have been almost my higher self or my lower chakras getting involved. And you need to calm down because you're not trusting the universe enough for this to happen.
That's true. Yeah, because part of there's a lot of bird energies around you, as you know, physically, but also spiritually. There's a lot of bird beings in the fourth dimension. And yeah, you're used to trusting your own energy, and now you're trusting the universe, and that's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, because it's like Daria. It's, you know, a very old soul that anything could just pop out, and I really have to sit there and look at its eyes to decide whether it's going to be, you know, a decent thing or a trickster or to learn a lesson or to cause me a headache just because it can. Can you tell me my connection to the crow?
The crow you did not always get along with. The crow has been kind of a trickster being in the past. It's for you. You've had crow families where it was very difficult.
Well, I know some of my ancestry relates with the crow through their Masonic ties. So is that trickster energy coming through my ancestral lines?
A little bit. Yeah, they're not always tricksters. Just they like to do things their way. And you like to be a free spirit, do whatever you want. The crows like the family to do what the family's going to do. Like the family's going to get in a car and go somewhere, you know. But you say, no, I don't want to do that. But so you have to come anyway.
So they're trying to kind of rein me in?
Yeah.
Why? What agenda would they have to do that?
Well, that's their nature. That's just how they operate. So, and that's some of that Saturn energies. Some of that is kind of a control, or just tradition, as they call it.
Tradition, yeah.
So,
yeah,
your connections are with the religions. So.
Yeah, that goes back through my Egyptian, Constantine, all of that.
Yeah, you have religious ties. Everyone has some ties with the religion here, and yeah, you're releasing a lot of those timelines.
So earlier in the week, I was watching a video that they actually identified one of Ramses' sons, and I know that James and I are connected to Ramses. Are they going to start releasing more about him to help release and heal that energy?
Very slowly, but yes, eventually. They're not in any. They're still figuring this all out right now, but yes, there will be a time when a lot of that will come out, but they're not in any hurry at this point.
So if I ask them, it's kind of a crapshoot whether they're going to show it to me or not.
Yeah. You'll get part of the picture, it seems. Some of it.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Since it's me with my hand up only, so recently there's just interesting synchronicities. For some reason, I never really was drawn to watching, like, you know, all kinds of sci-fi and different things like that. Mm-hmm. But recently, my mom, she kind of has me watching some show, I forget what it's called, something about witches. And I realized that a lot of the stuff that I'm doing with my hands is exactly what she's called a weaver in this, you know, in this movie, this show. And I realized that when I'm in it, I guess I trust it kind of more because it wasn't like I watched in the past. I didn't even know what light language was or, you know, weaving and things. And I just kind of, my hands started doing these things on their own. And, because I videotape it, I'm seeing that I'm like tying knots in the air and doing all kinds of things like that. So I assume that that's what I'm connected to, a weaver type of energy. If you could tune into that and just tell me from your perspective, from Saturn, just, I don't know, what you see that I'm doing or my connections with that.
Well, there have been witch clans you have been a part of in your past, very much connected to the Druids. So you can say they're the ones that put a lot of spells on the planet, some part of it. And now you're here to deactivate a lot of their activations. So you're unweaving your past, you can say, your past connections. You also have a lot of Arcturian energy to work with the Earth's higher chakras. So you're basically working with the Earth chakras, what you're doing. And
my head just started vibrating as you said that, Arcturian. It's really weird. I haven't felt like, for some reason right now, I feel like a combination of anxious, peaceful. My hands are like buzzing. Like I even just sat down and kind of got in a meditating position right now and just kind of started breathing with it. But my hands, they just will float up almost as if I'm underwater and I could just tap into that kind of. It's really interesting. I mean, it's only been the last 2-3 years that, you know, a lot of stuff started coming through like that. So.
Yes, you have a lot of connections with the Druid energy, but also the Arab world, also the Jinn. So you're healing a lot of the Jinn manipulations on the planet. So it takes a while to heal things like that. A lot of the Arabic timelines, Jewish timelines you're connected to in your past. And you just you don't need to know all the details, but you are just unlocking a lot of those frequencies. And you've been in marriages that you do not want to be in your past. So that's another reason why you want to be a free spirit in this lifetime.
Yeah, that feels strong. And this last year, it feels like a lot of just processing like betrayal and just like feelings of safety, like how to feel safe. And it's like, there's like this dual feeling, like my heart and like I love humanity, I love the earth, and I also cannot stand it. It's like these two polar, which kind of connects with Saturn, I guess, because I know that, you know, Saturn on its positive side, it's like a master teacher. On its negative side, it really like, and I just feel like I'm walking between, you know, balancing on the brink of heaven and hell, and it's like everything's so fragile. It's interesting.
Yeah, you're connected to the Gnostic energies of the past. Yeah, the manipulators, the chaos energy in the past. So you saw all of that unravel itself onto the world. Very ancient times. I believe you were a Lemurian being. And you saw, and you know, it's like a stranger that you know it's there, but you don't see it. And that's what you just feel that you feel the agendas.
Yeah, it's like intense. I feel everything. And it blows my mind too sometimes, like with Ivan's different topics. I know that we're connecting to some stream of similar energy because he will use like just something really random, like a random metaphor. I don't know, drinking Slurpees, let's say. I know he didn't say that, but something like that. And I was just channeling that, let's say 3 days ago. It's just amazing how like that keeps coming through. and it'll be like these same exact like little examples, little synchronicities. So it's it's interesting.
Yeah, there's things that, well, I feel like there is a lot of Egyptian blockages that you have not fully found in your energy field. There's some Cleopatra connections. I'm not sure if that was brought up too. And it's just, the Cleopatra time frame when Rome sacked Egypt.
Yeah.
You were there during that time.
Yeah.
And a lot of things have been hidden. And you actually have some of those secrets within you. I mean, you've seen things that history has forgotten on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that, and I feel just so much like, it's just a lot.
It's very dense here. There is, also Saturn is very connected to war. It's not just Mars, it's also Saturn. Like Saturn is like the spy network here. Mars is too, but Saturn. There's just so many agendas here to lock the planet down.
I was told before that I was a dragon being on Saturn. I'll let the next person go, but if you could maybe speak on that a little bit, like my connections with Saturn. And
this is more positive.
Yeah.
Seems to be a teacher. Well, it was a teacher of teaching people what they have incarnated into. So you knew how the world was, it helped souls navigate through their lives. So
I feel like a bridge, like I guess a weaver of some sense, like the in between, and just trying to weave darkness and light. Obviously in our own self, it's the hardest.
In this lifetime, well, I just told you, what I see is you could have taken a incarnation as like a university professor, like a male lifetime, but you felt you'd rather just be unseen. So it chose this lifetime to just be, kind of cloaked.
Interesting. Do you see what time, like if I came in as the male, would that have been at the same time more or less, or earlier or later?
Probably earlier.
Earlier. Interesting. Okay. All right. I'll let someone else go. Thank you very much. Blessings.
Yes. I feel that Archangel Michael's around me a lot through this hard time that I'm going through. Does he have any messages or anything to tell me?
Well, he says that you do test yourself a lot. So this is to, you are being hard on yourself. Of course, you feel reality is being hard on you, but also you're hard on you too. So you are going to clear out old bad habits. This is the year of clearing out old habits that you've gotten accustomed to. So you're seeing the repercussions of some of your mistakes, and you are renewing your energies throughout this year. So it's like a wake-up call year, you can say.
Okay. And I work with a lot of different crystals. Is there any specific crystal that I should be working with?
Well, say that the Moldavite one, that one seems to be part of your vibration, and even you have a way of shifting its energy field to fit what you need it to do. So there are just certain timelines where you have to learn what you need to learn. Of course, there are. I feel like the universe will help you move from this situation, but part of you feels like you need to learn what you need to learn here. Meaning that your whole life can just take a complete change. And it will eventually. But the crystals that you're the Moldavite seems to be. Maybe your magic wand. You just have to, hold your Moldavite and say, let's make this happen. What you want to accomplish, and see what happens with that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Blessings.
Yes, you can begin if you have a question. Anyway.
Daria, your microphone's off.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I was talking to myself. So, okay. You were mentioning like the fairies that I was, and I was like scanning it for a while, and then I saw my ex in a tutu skirt, like a fairy. Like I was like him again. I'm like, he's also in, he's like my biggest, I think,
Troublemaker.
parasite, whatever. I don't know what to call him anymore. Like a Velcro or something.
A twin brother. Um, Somebody's trying to be you. I think you've heard that one already.
Yeah, he's so trying to be me, copy me. And they were mentioning like the archons are sitting on the wall and they're talking to me, and I'm feeling like still he's trying.
He's from the clown dimension.
Yeah.
So yeah, killer clowns or psychotic clown beings.
Yeah, I was going to ask my second question because I can see, like, I seen the Night Stalker with Ramirez, and he has some features that are has like qualities to the Night Stalker, and I'm like, this is not a coincidence because you know the Marilyn Manson, he has the same appearances as my grandfather Marion, and they're almost the same name. Can you just, do you have any inputs on my automata morphing machine? Like I'm morphing everybody and I'm like searching. It comes to me like people that looks like I do that a lot.
Was it Charles Manson, right? Charles Manson, right?
No, Marilyn Manson, the killer with like Charles.
No, that's Charles Manson.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you know Charles Manson and other incarnations. So it's in your family to realize obviously there's some mental illness going on with Charles Manson energy. It feels like something that you're working on healing. But also I see what your ex, he's connected to I had the information and he pulled it 1 moment. It's connected to Sherlock Holmes of yeah, they pulled it. But it was Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, because his friend though, you can actually take the picture. You can Google Jack the Ripper, and you have his friend in his acquaintance in this life. You can just see that Jack the Ripper is that guy. You don't. It's like I even have him on my page because I even told him, and in the letters of the Jack Ripper. You can see the initials of my ex's, how he used to spell his name. Yeah. And it's not a coincidence. And I asked this guy to handwrite, on a paper. And I took the handwriting that I found on Google and the handwriting that he had today, and they were matching. And I was like, yeah, this is this is so bizarre and funny. But
your ex is connected to Jack the Ripper and other incarnations, but you're like a Sherlock Holmes solving those cases though.
Yeah, I just don't want him to win, huh? I'm like also a little bit obsessed about the winning and the bets.
But so it shows you how some souls are just always challenging each other.
Yeah.
No matter what.
That's yeah. So what can I do to fuck him up a little bit more? Because I love to do that.
That's on your
karmic.
You can't do that.
No, I can't do that because I just left. I just left the wedge lock or something. Yeah. Right.
Well, it just is. You're already open to how messed up that connection is. So
that was fucked up.
It'll get more. It's gonna get more bizarre, apparently, from what I'm saying.
Oh no, I would never allow myself to be in. I mean, you can admit watching that as like far away. You kind of see it as a movie. Like they were telling that I was losing, but then I was like, I did him dirty, right? Yes.
Yeah, just
Thank
when you
you.
think you're losing, you will find a way to win, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You won't let it. Yeah, you won't let that happen.
No.
So.
Can't.
So going off of what Daria had to say, because even with mine, I feel like I'm in this eternal battle in astral with my ex. And is it I am running from any kind of karmic connection because I'm tired of repeating. It's like a repeat. There's just a repeat until you heal that energy. So being stuck together, is it more karmic or is it more that you're part of the same monad?
No, that's more of his. That's your ex doing that. Your ex is connected to Time Lord timelines, so he can make you not make you, but trick you into doing a timeline with him over and over again, and then make you think that's normal. So it's more of a trickster energy. So he doesn't play off. He can do that, but that's him doing that though.
So what is it? Is it like trying to make an agreement in astral to do that again?
Yeah, he wants to make
thank
you.
You.
Like, this is the way it's supposed to be. He doesn't want you to think he's involved with it. It's like, this is the way it is. You just have to live with it. Instead, you can stop it. Yeah.
No, and I think that was. I felt a big relief when I figured out that I could stop that and say no, because even the last one was like, he just inherited $40 million. And I'm like, I do not care. I don't want any money. I don't want to be tied to that. I'm not going to repeat this.
No.
There's no way.
Yeah, he's connected to demonic energies.
So, yeah.
So he's doing things that attract you back, obviously. Yeah. He's doing it like he doesn't care, but he's actually doing it to get your attention.
Oh, yeah. He's
use your energy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm being the key to healing him.
He thinks that, but it's more torturing you than anything else. He wants you to think that you're healing him, but he just gets his kicks out driving you crazy.
You can't heal unless you heal yourself.
I'm not sure if he wants to heal. I think he wants to make you think you're healing him, but he wants to just torture you, it seems.
Well, in 3D, I've like run as far as I possibly can.
Yeah.
But in astral, it's like I really don't even want to go to sleep because I don't want to even deal with it. It's like you need to go away. I've tried the little sorcery tricks to even make that happen, and that even gets blocked.
Yeah, he gets irritated. So. If you become more aware of how he manipulates timelines, like a Time Lord, to repeat, if you just say, no more of this, I'm not part of that, we see possibly this will come to an end, hopefully.
Yeah, because I've even asked for angelic help, like have some other energy, can some other energy step in, and because it's just a complete repeat. And this lifetime he didn't kill me yet, but
no, he won't.
So going off the stones, the amethyst seems to be the biggest helper right now for me. And I know that there was an amethyst stone in the middle of my head in Atlantis. Can you tell me more about that stone?
Oh yeah, it's an energy as part of your vibration. It's like from astral, you became that energy in the physical amethyst. So it's one of the stones that you're connected to. It was to give others longevity, but also to open up their spiritual hearts, their spiritual selves, so they can protect themselves. So you became a amethyst energy just to help others that needed your assistance. But they had to find you, they had to discover you to open up your powers. So you couldn't just show up and just help them. So it's helping you a lot. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I feel like at some point before the end of that life, or when my life ended, that stone burst into like tiny little shards.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay, just what I thought.
Yeah.
Because it was like, it was very important to someone that that stone never come back together.
Yeah, it was. In the past, it was just huge different types of stones in the past. And with shattering, it just means that more people can find it.
Okay.
That was the point of it.
All right, thank you.
Yes. Anybody?
Yeah, I got a question. Go ahead. You had your hand up first.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks. It happened an incident for me I think it was 15 years ago. I was living in Kosovo and I was doing the dishes, and suddenly I had a vision in my third eye, like to go upstairs, go in the specific closet and pick up something. And then I went up and I couldn't reach that closet. I had to take a chair and to pick it up. And then when I put my hand in the closet, I found like a message in a paper. And when I opened that paper, it was wrapped, and I opened it and I found a lot of nails that was cut, and it was like old nails. And my mother told me that they used that in black magic, and I never really got an answer who that was or what was they trying to do to me and at that time.
Did you feel that they were doing it to you, is what you felt? Or
yeah, because it was in my house. It was in my son's bedroom.
Well, it feels like it was doing it more to your ancestors than if they're doing it to you, it's more to your ancestry.
Okay, so
to put a curse on your ancestor energy. For you, it feels like you're protected where it wasn't working. I believe they were trying, but it wasn't working. It didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I went outside and I put it in the earth. So I thought maybe the earth can take it back.
Yeah.
And so
it's definitely I don't believe it was working to begin with when they're trying to put anything on you in the past.
I didn't feel that it was doing anything to me, but I just was really scared when I just realized. And the vision I got, I have never got that strongly vision again after that.
It seems like it was calling to you for you to dispose of it.
Yeah, that was really strong.
That timeline's over. It did have a consciousness of itself. It was there to control others, but also to protect the family. They felt that was a way of doing it, protect it with fear. So it did have some demonic energy tapped into it, but it's over.
Okay.
It's gone.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you were there. You have a lot of angelic energy. You have a lot of connections to Elohim, and you're there to close those timelines. So
yeah, I'm trying to do anything good, not bad. I'm trying to remove.
Fun.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, you are a master manifester. You can manifest good things, but also your demise too. I think you know that.
Okay.
So
I do.
Just mind your thoughts. Yeah, just mind your thoughts. What you're doing. Just good thoughts.
I'm thinking
good vibrations. Yeah.
I think a lot, because I have a lot of air in my chart, and when I think negatively, I just realize that I'm tripping, and then I switch my thoughts.
Yeah, if you think if you're mad at somebody and you say, I wish this would happen to you, it can happen to them. So
I know.
Not that you're gonna do that, but so
no, I know, I understand.
I don't think you ever push it that far, but they did show that you do have power. It's don't mess with me. But I feel overall you use your power for the best.
Yeah, I try to.
You haven't even when you're younger, I don't believe you misused it. If you did, you made up for it. It was It was all minor things, so you knew better.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
So yeah, if you used it, your life would be totally different right now. So yeah, you're okay though.
Yeah. I did good. Thank you.
Yes, blessings.
I've been watching this guy, Michael Jaco. He was a Navy SEAL and he worked in the CIA, and now he's like a like rogue. He was in the secret space program, and he lives in Florida. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but you know, he just keeps talking about politics, and that's not the message. I mean, not to me, but and he was saying something about like the hospitals are like 85 to 90% demonic. And I found that a little hard to digest.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't trust the system. So he's going through trauma. He's been traumatized by politicians in his past. He has been MK Ultra'd in his past. So he's been modified in hospitals. That's why. So he didn't trust any of them. Because he's been in the most advanced hospitals that you can dream of. And has been programmed there to do all kinds of things. So he's going through a lot of trauma, and this is how he's healing.
Okay. Well,
I believe he's been a politician in his past, but he was programmed.
I think so. Yeah, CIA. Yeah.
He was programmed, and he was like a kind of like an inside job. He's also assassinated other politicians in his past.
So, yeah, if he's an MK Ultra, yes, definitely.
Yeah, it's still not having healed. Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
And let me ask one fun question. Okay, we know Sasquatches are real, but anyway, what about the Loch Ness monster?
Of course, it shows up every now and then. It's always there, but it doesn't always show up to people. It likes to show up with kids. It likes to pop its head out of the water.
Is it like a dinosaur, prehistoric?
Yeah, it's just a mythical being that just never disappeared. It's more of a modern being, technically. So yeah, it just sets its lair, it's its home, it enjoys it. It just likes to show. It's like to show itself to people, just like Bigfoot does.
Okay, so, what about the Megalodon?
Yeah, of course that's real. Of course, yeah, it shows itself every now and then.
Yeah, because it could swallow a great white, but they're very similar.
Oh no, they're here. They're just not mentioned by science. They have been seen. Usually they disappear. Yeah, they're definitely in the oceans, mostly in the Pacific.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just in the deep oceans where it's very difficult to be. Yeah, they don't really have any reason to come to the surface. You see, that's where the aliens are assisting to make sure it doesn't.
Oh, okay, protecting us
because it could. But it knows it's just doing what it needs to do where it's at. But yeah, definitely. There's actually 7 of them out there.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. But they go through dimensions. So they're not always around. So.
Okay. Well, thank you. Blessings.
I'm not sure if it was me or Daria or is Bobby here.
Oh, go ahead.
Bobby just spoke.
Okay.
Go ahead, Daria. You could go.
Yeah, sure you went.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe this will connect to Daria a little bit. Poland. I lived in Poland for a few years. I speak fluent Polish. Both of my parents are Polish. My connections, like, have I had past lives there? I know there's a lot of Pleiadian energies, but and I also have dreams. Like, I don't know if I'm like almost like living a parallel timeline there or something, because I dream so much about Poland for years and years and years. Like, it's almost like my friends that I had back when I used to live there. I'll dream about them right now, and it's just like a whole storyline going on as if I was there at the same time almost.
Well, there are parallel. Well, first of all, your connection is actually more connected to Sweden. The Swedish I believe also named as Gertrude in the past. You're very
Like,
part of tradition of Sweden in your past. Yeah, wearing all the getup and things like that.
that's funny.
Show that. But Poland tested you a lot. Yeah, there's been World War II connections actually.
Yeah.
There's been parallel Polish lifetimes. So yeah, you have a Poland lifetime right now in another reality. Married kids, things like that. And that's probably why, because your friends, you're connected to them still in those realities. I think one of them you're married to, actually, from what I can see.
My first boyfriend, Łukasz Kubiak, by any chance? Because I dream of, it's really interesting. He was my first relationship. We were like kids, 15 years old, but it was a very good first. And when I dream about him, specifically in the dreams, I'll be talking with him like, I wonder if me and you will remember this in another reality. You know, it's as if I know that we're inside of the dream. We look like brother and sister. Daria, it's interesting. When I saw one video, I rarely see, but one of the older ones, Daria, you look like my mom when she was young. So it's pretty cool. And
well, he was like your third or fourth boyfriend in another reality. So somebody that you're reluctant to even marry or even know, which is interesting because your relationship's so much different than it is here. So but the Polish energy, there's also a connection to World War II. I believe you feel like you died during that war. Like there's like a first war there, something like that.
Was I a child?
Yeah, it feels young, yes. Yeah, I feel like you weren't there very long.
Yeah, I have memories of like running in underground kind of you know, like the hidings and the underground kind of systems. And I feel like I've dreamed about those kinds of cobblestones and European types of places. I know the Polish too, it's pretty significant just because such an old language, you know, the Slavic languages, and seems like a lot of us in this group have that stream.
Well, yeah, you have Polish connection, ancient or not too ancient, but 1600s, 1800s connections to Poland. Something similar to like what you've seen as Shakespearean play. So there's some drama with your families and all that. So royalty, you can say, connections there.
Do you see anything lastly with my father? Because I know he has Russian connections, which I'm sure I do too, but what is his connections with World War II?
Well, he was an army officer.
Okay.
And I believe he survived. Well, interesting, I'm seeing your connection for you is World War I. Like you died in World War I.
Yeah.
And you reincarnated in World War II, so you lived a little bit longer than you did in World War I. But it wasn't much longer. Like 6 or 7 years old, something like that.
And my father was in which army?
Your father was Polish army. I don't feel like he was part of the Nazi. I don't think he was part of that.
No.
But he did fight Nazis, though.
Yeah, he fought in the solidarity movement in this life. Like, really interesting. You know, he was kept in prison because he was against the communism. But now he's like totally sucked into he used to hate Russia. Now he loves Russia, you know, the politics things. But it is interesting. He's a very, like, he has like these two sides, like one side that's like angelic and writing poems of heavens and apple trees and this, that. And the other one is like, you know, very reptilian kind of energies around him.
Well, yeah, he's the Russia that was, he's against the past, but he's grown. It's a lot better than it was, so that's why it's for it now, even if it's not perfect.
Yeah, so he's moving along in some slow way.
Yeah,
towards positive.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, his father was a general. Like he was in the army in this life, his dad. So yeah, it's interesting. All right. Wonderful. Thank you. I'll let somebody else pop in. Blessings.
Yeah, you guys can go ahead because I have my question, so I can be last.
All right. Thanks, Daria. Greetings, Saturn. I'm a little late today. Thanks for coming in. This past week, I've been feeling like some interesting synchronicities with the Norse gods, you know, like Odin. specifically one of his sons, Balder. He's a god of light, and he had like a heartbreaking story that kind of led to the war that ended all of the gods there. You know, Ragnarok. So I was looking to see if I have any connections with this this god being Balder, or if not, with the beings during that time in the story.
Well, yeah, it does feel like you fought. Feels like you fought against them. Let's see. I also see you losing your eyes, like your right eye. At least that's what I'm seeing in the war. So, well, you're there to stop a war.
Yeah, because ultimately everybody dies in that war, you know. So
I feel like you survived though.
Oh, really?
Somehow.
Yeah, but it was the end of the gods after that.
That was the end of it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they just went into hiding. That's all.
Right.
So they went more into the higher dimensions. So, but yes, you were there to close that timeline out. It seems.
Right. And I feel like that's what's happening now with you know, the timelines that are trying to push the war again here, you know, down that road. Where
yes, they have to because it's a war planet. So they're always
right.
Try.
Yeah, and it seems like every religion has its own last war. Like the Hindus, they're talking about the reincarnation of Vishnu coming back to end the war, and you know, Shambhala waiting for war as well. And so it's just kind of redundant, it seems. And I'm just here like I see no glory in war anymore when you don't even know who's on the battlefield. You know, you're just getting hit from all angles, and it's all from the shadows. And then you know, the war, there's, you know, it's just like a video game in a sense where they're shooting drones, and you know, there's no more storming the beaches in Normandy. We've become extremely proficient at, you know, killing ourselves, you know, with these tools and weapons, you know. So it's not that hard, you know, to, you know, take a life anymore. So it's like it feels like there's no glory in war, and I'm not really attracted to it at this point in this lifetime. So I guess my energy is going towards ending this little game that they keep playing.
Well, that was another reason why you close out the Norse gods, you know, too, because some of them were causing war here.
Yeah, it just seemed like childish, you know. You know, when you look at their behavior, you know, and all the power that they're given, you know, for this one character, Balder, they were taking turns trying to kill him because he was impervious to damage, you know, from anything on this planet. You know, so, you know, just like children, they were just seeing, you know, playing a game of life and death with each other.
Well, yeah, with him, you had to, yeah, it was hard to kill him here, but you can move him to a different dimension where you can't stop him. And that's
yeah, he has one weakness, apparently, and that was how Loki, you know, killed him ultimately.
Yeah, you moved into another dimension, and then he was sent to another realm altogether. So, yeah, we don't have the name of who you were during that time, but they do show you like with eye patch though.
Yeah. Well, somebody on another channeling, they said I'm connected to the 9th realm, the lowest of the realms. You know, as my origin. And then I asked the Prime Creator, what can you ask the Prime Creator of the universe I come from? Where do I come from? He said the Black universe. So I'm getting all these parallels and synchronicities of darkness, of the void. Is that, you know, the origin of my soul? You know, kind of like the journey of it from its genesis.
Well, it comes from it's actually a golden universe you come from, where it's like a universe of champions. You see, it's similar to like a Greek reality, kind of Greek gods, like not exactly, but similar to beings that are just a part of achievements.
So was it an achievement that me making it there, but I'm not necessarily from there, my origins?
Well, it feels like your connections there. Yeah.
Okay,
so
right.
The golden universe is what I see there.
Yeah.
It's
I'm trying to find the very essence, the core of me. And I always kind of revert back to just sitting in a black hole. You know, I don't know.
Well, the black hole is there's no agendas there.
Right.
So it's like you could be in a black hole and be fine and peaceful while other beings are panicking and losing it.
Right. It's my place of solace.
Yeah, and you've made it work for you while others are, you know, losing it. So you help beings out of the black hole. So yeah, and you can say you're there alone. There's some realities where you're there by yourself. Of course, no one's ever really alone.
Right.
So, but yeah, I believe you're there because for beings that get trapped there, you're there to help them release from that place.
Yeah, because it's a doorway in itself, and
Yeah,
there's no point in staying right in the doorway when you can go into another universe or yeah. All right, well, thank you for that. Blessings.
Go, James.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
Yes, Greeks.
I was wondering about my health. I'm having difficulty breathing a lot for the past 6 months. Is that just my heart chakra, or is it actually like a health problem?
It's yeah. I mean, if you want to see a doctor, it's up to you. I mean, I feel like you will survive. It's nothing too dramatic, but it feels like your heart speed up a little bit. I guess that's the vibration we're picking up on. Is this your heart is beating more than it usually does? So, but overall, it feels like your health is okay. I don't feel like you're not gonna, nothing's gonna happen as far as we know. But if you want to get it checked out, it's up to you.
I was wondering about the song I sent to Galicia, like the energy of it.
Feels Pleiadian connected. It's clearing out low frequencies. Your heart is in it, as you know. So.
Oh, and I was wondering, do I have a past life or a parallel life in London? Because sometimes I feel like I miss the U.S., but I'm still in it.
There, but also Australia. Because you have unfinished business in London. It does feel like you're connected to the Secret Service in London. So, in the Secret Service, you just know things. That's probably why you feel like you have an insight, because you do. In Australia, I'm making that one clear, but I feel like you're connected to that government also.
That's you.
Well, okay. So I have a question regarding what can you guys do to come into my energy and make more dreams come more alive, because since I had my latest download, I felt like the energies has left the building, and now I'm feeling kind of alone again, like without my 3 heads, like I'm one head again. And I feel like if you have like a magic power, you can contribute to give an input to download. That could be a rush.
Well, one of the reasons why everybody kind of left is because of Mother Earth. It feels like Mother Earth clears out your energy.
Yeah.
So you and her have a back and forth going on, as you know.
Is it that on Mother Earth, the new or old energies? Because that is
we're older, actually.
Oh yeah, because that's me in my older days.
Yeah. Well, you tell Mother Earth what to do.
Yeah.
And she doesn't listen, of course. So it's like,
yeah.
I know what I'm doing. My world's more important than everybody else's, something like that.
Yeah.
She's still just a teenager at this point.
Yeah.
But what, you want something that will give you like a high? What is it that you're looking for exactly?
Yeah, I want like alien drug down the download tube. Thank you for that. That was actually a cool set. Yeah. Push it in.
Well, there are like alien nightclubs that you're connected to. Astral. And they're all lit up with lights, but a lot of it's a pink energy that seems like, or pink or purple, that keeps coming up. And there's just a lot of Yeah, different beings that are that change their sexuality a lot.
Yeah.
It feels like even they come to you to figure out what sexuality they should be.
I
Or what
love
gender.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're almost like you're almost like the door person. Like you're at the
Cool.
door of the club and it's like, okay, you be male, you be female.
Cool. Cool. So, mother energies. I mean, I know we have like our arguments about the timelines of the Earth, and they're still in the question mark timelines because nobody knows. Because we agreeing upon on like nobody would know, like because it's unlocking. Everybody's a part of that game.
Right.
So for me being here, knowing that I can do like everything, but I'm still like, what do you have like any inputs of like what you can scan my energies and think, okay, maybe you could like try this or go for a shopping, or do you have like an input on my 3D life or my witch life or whatever that is?
Like what to do with your life or what is it?
Yeah, I mean like what to add an extra.
Oh, okay. One entity said ice cream, but I don't think you want to do that.
No, that
only just go new places that or travel outside of your city if you feel the need to do so.
yeah, and
I feel like
I will
there's
travel.
energies other places that you can access pretty easily.
Yeah.
Like get on the train and go just visit for a day or something.
Yeah.
Just every now and then, just on the whim. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go to this place when you feel
Cool.
like you need to do it. So, because it feels like that'll get you out of the house. But you don't have to do it often. Just whenever you feel like you need to do it.
Yeah, I got a push when you said it, so that's what
Yeah.
kind of what I'm feeling I need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just during the day. Just something like in the morning. You just want to jump on the train and just go somewhere and just walk
That
around.
sounds kind of cray, but I will try.
Yeah, and just feel what like if you want to stay there longer or go there another day or whatever, just something outside your comfort zone. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you about Mother Earth. It feels like with her, yeah, you do argue with her a lot. It's like you tell her to clear out the timelines. So just start new. Of course, she says no.
Yeah, because she's holding on to shitty timelines like imprints. We were arguing about imprints, like why she's holding on to imprints. Like nobody's going to use that. Like they're full of traumas and.
Yeah, Mother Earth also controls male energies.
Yeah, she's a sadistic bitch. Yeah, I mean, because like when I connected to again, I'm gonna talk a little bit, but like when I connected to her last time, she was so much in just like she was artificial. She was showing herself like it like many beings, and then I kind of felt like she's boring as fuck. And I wanted her to leave me because she was like too boring for me. And I'm like, anyways, so when it's I mean, I don't actually have it. Does she have any messages for me? Like, throw it in there. And that's the last.
You just give her a lot of unwanted advice. So she's I guess she does get mad at you every now and then. So we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's me. Yes. Nice thing.
Well, yeah, from what I'm gathering from her, she's going through a breakup, and that's why she came to you to tell you stuff.
Ha! Now I know who that is.
Yeah,
yes.
Right. Yes. Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, I find that interesting because my question was going to be, when you see these volcanoes go off, you see like faces.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like our spirits being released that were trapped in the lava.
Yeah, it's. Oh yeah, definitely. There's some beings are they're having excitement or they're fighting with someone.
So is that part of her breakup? Because I feel like she's being forced into this release.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah. It's part of her. She has a lot of connections to a lot of different beings. She has a lot of relationships that are going on right now. And well, she tries to break up, but then the beings come back.
Yeah, it's like a magic hold of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't know. I kind of relate to it as well because she tries to walk away from it, but she gets sucked right back into it.
Yeah, if you see Mother Earth as more of like anybody else, because so many people put Mother Earth on a higher plateau, and that doesn't do her any good. If you just see her as like anybody else, it helps you relate with her, but because you connect with her. So, because a lot of people want to worship her, she doesn't want that really.
No, but there was a high respect for a lot of everything that's gone on here, and what she actually has allowed, so we can so-called learn and grow.
Yeah, she sacrificed a lot of her time, you can say, her energy for humans to go through what they're going through. She can easily turn this off, but she doesn't want to do that.
So the white dragon that's on my house, can you tell me about that connection?
Seems to be a light energy. Seems like he kind of consumes the place, like he surrounds it. He wants to protect it. Yeah, feels like it's protection. Yeah.
Is he more dragon? Is he more Elohim, or a combination of it?
A combination. I mean, it seems like he's more dragon, but is this there to help you understand yourself? For you to have less anxiety. I believe because your health sometimes causes you difficulties. So
yeah, I'm about 10 years into fibromyalgia, and it's one of the things that I put against myself from other karmic relationships in past lives, and to slow me down in this life, because I've gotten bored with the same old game. It's like you watch videos and it's the same thing over. It's like they never change the program.
Yeah.
So,
well, the dragon's here for you to, heal your health, mostly.
Yeah, I've asked for some help because sometimes the pain gets to be too much that it doesn't let me do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, the idea is for you to keep entities from coming into your space. So you have a more clear understanding of protection. Because as you get older, the world gets older, it gets more complicated in some form. So it's just preparing you for the future, basically.
I see it opening up more. I see this witnessing is just the beginning of what's to come.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to get more complicated on the planet, as it is right now. More trickster energies, it has not ended. It's not over yet, as you can tell. There will be a time in the future, we don't have an exact timeline, but when you just know the war is over, but now the healing has begun, because you're still part of a war timeline. So doesn't mean that you're near the end of it, though.
When did this dragon and I have a lifetime together? Is that why he's here?
Yeah, I feel like you called him from Agartha. It's like you said, you've had enough. So.
So are we family? Have we been
Yeah, just
friend?
a family energy is not really going into detail. Just the energy there for you to have some relief in your life. That's all.
Okay.
Kind of like a brother energy. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes.
It's funny how like connected everything is. I had a reading from a private message from Ivan, and the white dragon came up too, and literally the night before, and I've never laid in bed talking to a dragon, but I literally was talking to him, and or actually I felt more feminine energy for some reason, but at first I was like, oh, it's blue or purple, because usually everything I connect to it's kind of blue or purple, but then I was like, no, it's like white and opalescent. And then the next day I got this message, and I just, it brought tears to my eyes because it was just so yeah. Thank you, Ivan, for channeling that for me too.
That's like a spirit guide dragon.
Yeah, I felt like too, it was connected like that same reading with ice realms and dolphins and me, and I literally have a poster in my bedroom of like an ice realm with dolphins, and it's just like it's trippy, the synchronicity sometimes. And then you mentioned, which I always say, that my poodle Snow, and his name is Snow, looks like that, what is it called from Not Finding that dragon that looks like a dog, Land Before Time or something. And I always said the Snow looks like him, and then you mentioned that exact dragon too, that I have like a connection, so it's so cool.
Well, the dragons are also for your self-respect, because in other lifetimes you didn't always respect your space, your energy, and so now you're coming back into your space. It's like, because there's been abusive lifetimes in the past. It's like you do everything you can to protect yourself, and nothing ever works. So
yeah,
in this lifetime, you're coming back into yourself. Now you feel fine and protected, finally.
And alone, but also not. Yeah, I feel
so bad. Yeah, it could be worse.
Yeah, and not. I feel connection. Like I almost feel like that dragon's just hugging us, and like it comes to remind, like my higher self, my heart, like it knows none of us are alone. We're not alone. But then, of course, it's that war inside where all of a sudden it's like, fuck it, fuck. Why am I even here? So we're all swinging across the pendulum.
Many of you have been part of lifetimes where it's just nonstop, something's going on, and that's fun and everything. But after a while, you do need a break.
Yeah, I think all of us here are tired, like in this group to some degree. Like we've been through a lot, and we really need to just like cry our tears together and like find that middle point. Like I don't know, just kind of balance it out. Let me ask, since it came up with the Jinn also, and I know for some reason I always feel like with Bobby, like the messages to him kind of resonate, and certain questions that he asks, like I feel kind of connected to his energy. And I know that the Jinn kind of comes up with him a lot too, that he was a powerful Jinn. Just what can you go deeper into the Jinn connections that I have, and just anything that pops out with Bobby and I?
Oh yeah, I do see Bobby as a genie. So like you finding a lamp, like the times of Arabian Nights.
Oh, Bobby.
It's in some kind of reality, but you did show up as a genie, a huge one. Kind of purplish color, kind of blue purplish. And he was like with you throughout your whole life. Yeah.
Like I said, blue and purple.
Yeah, and you're just very kind of like a teacher, but also a prankster also. I mean, there's two different sides to it, just like you see any other genie. He was more reserved than others. You've also seen other genies operate too. So, and others are they try to get the person trapped into the lamp genie can be free and put a person into the lamp. So
I feel like there's something with him and I almost like balancing out the masculine and feminine, like something where there's like we both have trust issues or something like that. But I feel like I can help. I don't know, like he helps me heal them. I don't know. It's both really masculine and feminine, and me to him as well. I don't know. It's almost like two teacher energies coming together, but kind of healing the ego and like, I don't know, like becoming better parents or something. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, Well, he's had war lifetimes where you showed up to him as a dragon being to stop him from fighting, to slow him down because he became obsessed with it in his past. So you're there to shut down those timelines for him. It's like an addiction; you couldn't let it go. So you see, that's where your connection is help him release those timelines. It has not been easy though. It's almost like he had to surgically remove war from his blood, from his self. And when this has gone on for a very, very long time, when you're really good at something, it's hard to let it go.
And I feel like I have a lot of respect to him, I guess, because I feel like where he is now, it's very rare for somebody exactly what you're saying with the amount of war and stuff. I feel like he's doing huge work on healing the masculine energy that is of war almost. And there's just like an authenticity that I respect. Like, it doesn't matter what he's done. Like, he is one of the few that made it through and is trying to actually like put a stop to that or something.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
I never have a say.
With Bobby's energy, he's as a war leader. He's also had prisoners he would release and allow them to join his campaigns and even move them up the ranks if they're good enough for it. So he had a unique way of doing things. Where others would just kill everybody, kill the prisoners and all that. So he just had a unique way of dealing with those that he captured. So, I believe you're the ones he kept. He kept you alive, but he could have easily killed you off. And so he became more like a mentor to him in another lifetime also. So.
Yeah, I feel some kind of, and he asks good questions. So sometimes we like see other people's gifts, and I feel like he has a way to formulate questions that other people maybe, like especially men, like maybe they don't know how to express it, but he's expressing it for them. So yeah. Okay. I'll thank you very much. Blessings.
Do you know what kind of connections Hiria and I have? Because she's like basically my neighbor town. And we've known each other since we had a job together once, and I was like, wow, what a funny person sitting there.
Well, she's been hopefully she doesn't get offended, but I see her as like a dog of yours, like we're a real upscale. Like one of those show dogs in your past.
How nice.
But also you've been like twin sisters in previous lifetimes also.
Twin sisters?
Yeah. Very deep timeline. We've also been Anunnaki in your past too, both of you. But you've been more like a demonic Anunnaki, and she had to kind of shut you down a little bit, it seems, or something like that.
Oh, yeah, okay. Like makes sense, because that was going to be my next question. Can you like tap into my demonic energies and can I have like a Lucifer message from the demonic from position, not the light barrier but lower astral?
Well, they show you like a barber or maybe not a barber, but cutting hair in the lower astral, doing demonic beings' hair. You say preparing them to be a better demonic being, something like that.
Yeah.
Preparing them.
Yeah, you go out there, you alpha dog. You
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very red where you are.
Yeah, I see like sandy red.
Yeah.
Dark. It's like a burgundy, almost like an atmosphere over it.
Yeah.
And
Martian like, yeah.
Yeah, which is really cool. I love actually tapping into those energies, enjoying it much.
Well, because you can't tap into it if you're not like you can in astral, but when you're here physically, it's a different experience, as you know. It's like you're there.
Yeah, I don't mind it, but yeah, it's like nothing's happening to me through it, because like I feel the protection is so strong. So basically nothing's happening anyways. I'm just having a party there that I can't have here.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you, and
Blessings.
blessings.
All right. Thanks for going into that earlier. And I really appreciate that, Galicia. There is this one movie that came to my attention. It's called Dark City. It came out just before The Matrix was released in the 90s. And it has symbolism with like the black sun, you know, and a city where it's always night. And I was wondering to see what connections outside of the obvious, Illuminati and, secret societies that are injecting their symbology into it. Well, these beings in there that we're all black and, look like Darth Vader without his mask, who are these beings representative of, and what connections do they have with the beings that have connections with this movie?
Well, yeah, they're like shadow beings. You've been part of that collective of just removing a person's free will to figure out yourself.
Right.
It's like to abduct people to just be selfish, where they are dying, and this species is always dying. It's like there's a lot of them. They haven't died out completely, no. But that's the way, their nature of their species. Like they say they're dying. Well, their lifespans aren't that long. That's why they say they're dying. But they live forever, it seems. I mean, there's always new ones being created, and they're not completely gone.
Now, I haven't seen this movie yet. Is it worth, watch for, any kind of release on my part?
Oh yeah, you've been one of those beings that takes people and puts people to sleep just so you can learn more about them.
So I'll probably get some downloads watching it.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. I feel like, it won't be a negative experience. It'll be more,
educational.
Maybe too educational. It'll be, but it's more, you were more on a world than what's happening on this. It was more of a planet that people got abducted to. So yeah, it was very, and it's happening here to a certain degree, but nothing like it is in that realm.
Yeah, shutting down a whole society of people and putting them to sleep at the same time.
Yeah, because we do see you putting people to sleep because you're just not ready for them to wake up because you're still trying to figure yourself out. Because it's like you're kind of like, think of those beings as fallen angels.
Okay,
similar to that, or almost AI beings, sort of, but they are organic, but they're similar to. They haven't quite created a full personality to themselves. So it just, think of it as when they abduct people, it's like doing drugs. It's like they feel like to be a quick answer to themselves.
In the name of their science.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, thank you for that. One other quick question. I was just going to see what energies are strongest with me right now.
Well, I feel like you're unlocking a lot of Archon energies, like decloaking their cloak on the planet. Feels like you're you do it slowly so you can handle it mentally, but it feels like you have like a butterfly effect where you're just slowly releasing their mind control here so you can get a better grasp of how they do things.
Interesting, because I see like a vision of translucent butterfly wings.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I guess that transparency in itself is the kind of energy that I'm pushing forward, truth and transparency, with all the cover and lies going on there.
Yeah, well, I think like like the Matrix code. So like it's all green. So think of yourself putting new code onto the earth. And it can be, a lifetime can be is that simple. Complicated. It's like, what am I doing here? I don't feel like I'm in part of reality. Technically, you're not, because you're working on it. Like you're working on the architecture of reality.
And that's what I feel like that's what's happening. I haven't said, in a sense, when I was traveling cross country, that's kind of like what I was doing, just laying down my energy signature wherever I travel.
Yeah, it's like you're like working on the server room of reality. Like you see all these servers running reality, and you're pulling it out and you're doing a little work on it. You put it back in. So you're like a technician here.
Oh, I was getting Arcturian vibes there.
Yeah, it's of course you're not gonna be part of society, because if you were, you won't know who you are today. You wouldn't be who you are, and that goes for other people here too.
Right, I'd just be one of the mold.
Yeah, you'd be part. Yeah, because the way you're thinking, talking, there's no way you could be part of society, and you're always like that, and that's the point. And it's the more of that is going to start awakening more and more. Like, you're part of this world, but you kind of aren't.
Right.
You're outside of reality, you can say, technically.
Yeah, an outlier. All right. Yeah, all right. Thank you for that. Just one last quick question, if I could. Do I have any messages from Mother Earth?
It does seem like you are putting her code back while others are trying to erase her. Meaning there are other beings that are trying to become Mother Earth, and they are failing, but it's a never-ending war. That's one of the reasons why the earthquakes occur here. So there's much more to it than that, but
oh yeah, definitely.
That's a short version of it.
All right, I appreciate that. Much love. Blessings.
One last question. Some of us are hearing like different tones in our ears. Sometimes it'll be high and soft, and then all of a sudden you'll hear like some dark, really low tone. And I kind of got a vision of a little gray alien sitting in front of a Star Trek screen. And I started singing the Barney song, I love you, you love me, we are all a happy family. And it got so agitated and mad, I sat there and watched it walk off. But it still continues to change tones in my ears. What is doing that?
I would just cut that connection. It's trying to read your energy. So I would just disconnect them altogether.
Okay.
It's just trying to program you. It's not working. It's like the way that's up the television on. And yeah, they're frequencing. You're trying to get some information out of you, but you don't need that. You can just disconnect from them.
Are they just doing it through the ether, or is it coming through like the cell phone or the computer? Or
it's coming through their ship. It's going through the ether from their ship to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Before we're about to exit. Any last words?
Yeah, I was just, I have one more question. I was thinking about what is my connection to Archangel Gabriel?
Just it's like a protector energy, but like a father figure. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, father figure. Just give it.
Blessings.
Yes. Next one, please. Before we go.
Thank you.
Hurry up.
Hi, greetings. Are there any messages for me at this time?
It seems like they're releasing a lot of programming from your reality. It's like you're just like reprogramming yourself with information that you want instead of what society wants. And you're like halfway there. There's still a lot more. You're connected more to your higher self, but you're not always trusting it. But you're healing from this reality at this time.
Okay, yeah. Feels like I'm almost there, but not quite.
Yeah, but you're getting there.
All right, thank you. Blessings.
Yes, blessings. Okay. All right, sending energies from Saturn. Just the more you understand our frequencies, you might see Saturn looking a lot different than it does on your internet. Saturn also has artificial intelligence. It might see some of that. So yeah, you just basically see reality completely different as named. So, all right, blessings.